video, I'm going to talk about the last example of finding the midpoints between the points on the graph, on the coordinate. And the question is, point A is that -7 comma -9, which means the x value is -7 and the y value is -9. And it is right over here that I'm pointing out. And point M right over here, it is at negative point 5 comma -3, and point M is the midpoint of point A and point B. That means there is one more point somewhere here, somewhere in the first quadrant, and M is the midpoint of it. And what are the coordinates of point B? Somewhere here. And we can know that is somewhere here, right over here. And we know the formula of doing it. I'm just reminding you guys, if there's a number 1 and 2, if you already find the mid number of it, I'll just quick do it. We can add it and we can divide it by 2, and the same thing as it will be 3 divided by 2, which is 1.5. And this is the same way finding the average. And we can actually do it, and the difference between this one and this one is that this one is made with coordinates. And for here, the x value, -7 comma -9, if I use this one. So all that plus some coordinate, and we can divide by 2. That we're gonna be equal to negative 0.5 comma -3. So here we go. And we can, this is our things that we did. We came out with the negative 0.5 and comma -3. This is a little bit different with the 1 or 2 or 3 videos, last videos, examples. And the way to do it is that we can, let's see, we can just multiply 2 to the both side or cancel out this -2. So it will going to be equal to, if we multiply 2, we also multiply 2 to the right side, it will going to be equal to the -2 and comma 2 we're going to cancel out, and only the -7 comma -9 and plus something. So something, I'll just call it x and y value, also x and y value, that should be equal to, let's see, negative 0.5 times 2 is equal to -1, comma, -3 times 2 is -6. And this thing should be equal to this thing right over here. Or we can just subtract it, or we can just subtract this thing into this thing in order to figure out what x and y is. But we know the one thing that is, according to these points right over here, that it should be in the first quadrant. It should be in the first quadrant, which means every x and y value should be positive. So let me do it. So let me erase this. So that means the x value should be positive and y value should be positive. According to this, it's all positive value, and it's all positive value in the first quadrant. And we can subtract -7 comma -9 to the both sides. The reason why we subtract to the both sides to keep equal. And let's do it. So subtract -7 comma -9 and subtract -7 comma -9. So let's simplify. For the left side, this term we're going to cancel out, and so it's going to be x comma y, and that should be equal to, let's see, -1 comma -0. We can only simplify with the like terms, which means x values to x values, y values to y values. So -1 minus -7 minus we're gonna cancel out into positive. So -1 plus 7, which we're going to be equal to 6, comma -6 minus -9 minus we're gonna cancel out. -6 minus 9 we're going to be 3, and we're done. X value is equal to 6, and the y value is equal to -3. So let's plot it. Our guess was right, it was in the first quadrant. So we were going to be, let me erase this. So it will going to be equal to, let me graph it. So 6 for the x value, So 6 for the x value. We go up to the 3 because it is positive. So we go up to the 3. So it will be somewhere, it will be right over here. 6 comma negative 3. So let me just connect these points. And so let me connect it again. So we're done. See, if you look at this, if you look at these points in the directions, these lines for this I can say this length, I guess this length and this length should be equal because we found the midpoint of it. So this was the last example of finding midpoints of the line segments, or I guess the 2 points, the midpoints of the 2 points. And we're finished. The answer was 6 comma negative 3. 6 comma 3.